Hey, 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 this is Marketing Dan coming to you over the waves and onto your screen with something cool for you as always. Let's get into it, okay?
Hey everyone, I am Ralph. You know that feeling when you are just on. When your thoughts are clear, your focus is laser sharp, and your memory feels like a steel trap? What if I told you there is a natural way to tap into that state more often than usual?
Hi everyone, I am Cassandra, absolutely thrilled to be diving into that very topic with you today, because we are not talking about some futuristic brain implant or a new fad diet. We are talking about something far more ancient, far more accessible, and honestly, pretty fascinating: the lion's mane mushroom.
Exactly, Cassandra. It sounds almost mystical, lion's mane. It has got this incredible, shaggy appearance, almost like white cascading waterfall, or, well, a lion's mane, obviously. But beyond its cool looks, this mushroom is gaining serious traction in the wellness world, and for very good reason.
It really is. For those who might not be familiar, lion's mane, scientifically known as Ricium erinaceus, has been a staple in traditional Eastern medicine for centuries. It is prized not just as a culinary delight. You can actually eat it. It has a sort of seafood-like texture, but more importantly, for its profound medicinal properties. And honestly, Ralph, when we talk about its benefits, it is like a wish list for anyone looking to optimize their brain power.
Absolutely. Let us jump right into the big one, the heavy hitter. That reason most people get excited about lion's mane, which is cognitive function. We are talking about improved memory, enhanced focus, and even clearer thinking. It is like your brain gets a gentle, natural upgrade.
That is so true, and the science behind it is pretty compelling. Lion's mane contains compounds called hericenones and erinacines. Now, do not worry about remembering those names, but what they do is pretty remarkable. They are believed to stimulate the production of nerve growth factor, or NGF, in the brain. Think of NGF as the fertilizer for your brain cells.
NGF? That is such a critical component. For our listeners, NGF is essentially vital for the growth, maintenance, and survival of neurons. So, if you are stimulating NGF, you are essentially helping your brain create new connections and strengthen existing ones. That is huge for learning, for memory, and recall. So, for everything that makes our brains function optimally.
Right. I mean, who would not want more of that? I have personally felt a noticeable difference in my ability to stay focused on complex tasks since I started incorporating lion's mane. It is not like a jolt of caffeine. It is more subtle, a sustained clarity that just makes deep work feel easier. My brain fog seems to have, well, lifted, which is something I definitely struggled with, especially on those really busy days.
I totally get that. Remember one time, I was trying to learn a new programming language, and let me tell you, my brain felt like it was slogging through mud. Concepts were not sticking, my attention span was shot. After a few weeks of consistent lion's mane, I genuinely felt like the pathways in my brain were smoother, more open. It did not magically make me a coding genius, but it definitely lowered the barrier to entry, you know? It made the process of learning less frustrating.
That is such a great way to put it, Ralph. It is about enhancing your natural capabilities. It is not creating superpowers, but it goes beyond just cognitive function. There is a growing body of research looking at lion's mane's potential role in supporting mental health. We are talking about Alzheimer's, anxiety, and depression here.
This is where it gets even more interesting to me. The link between brain health and mental well-being is undeniable. If lion's mane is helping optimize brain function, it makes sense that it could have a positive ripple effect on mood and emotional regulation. Some studies suggest it might help reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, and even Alzheimer's disease, potentially by influencing neurotransmitters or reducing inflammation.
Exactly. The research is still ongoing, and we always want to emphasize that it is not a substitute for professional medical advice or treatment, but the preliminary findings are really promising. Imagine a natural supplement, and not only helps you think clearer, but also contributes to a more stable mood. It is a holistic approach to brain wellness.
And speaking of holistic, Cassandra, let us not forget the gut. The gut-brain axis is a massive area of research right now, and lion's mane seems to play a role there too. It is not just about what it does in your brain. It is also about what it does for your gut health. which, as we know, directly impacts your brain.
Oh, absolutely. It is one of my favorite topics. Lion's mane is considered a prebiotic, meaning it can help nourish beneficial gut bacteria. A healthy gut microbiome is crucial for overall health, including brain health. When your gut is happy, your brain tends to be happier too. It can also help reduce inflammation in the gut, which is a big deal because chronic inflammation is linked to so many health issues, including those affecting the brain.
It is all connected. So, if you are dealing with digestive issues, improving your gut health with something like lion's mane could indirectly lead to better cognitive function and mood. It is a win-win. But beyond cognition and gut health, are there any other surprising benefits that you have come across, Cassandra?
There are, Ralph. One that often comes up is its potential for nerve regeneration. Again, thanks to that NGF stimulation we talked about. This has implications for people recovering from nerve injuries or those dealing with certain neurological conditions. Again, early research, but incredibly exciting. And then there is the immune system support. Like many medicinal mushrooms, lion's mane contains polysaccharides and beta-glucans that can help modulate and strengthen your immune response.
So, it is not just making your brain sharper, it is also potentially helping your body heal and defend itself. That is pretty wild when you think about it. It is truly a functional food, a true superfood in every sense of the word. Now, for our listeners who are intrigued and thinking, okay, how do I get my hands on this magic mushroom? What are the common forms and how should people consider taking it?
Great question. Lion's mane is pretty versatile. You can find it as a powdered extract, which you can easily mix into your coffee, tea, smoothies, or even just water. There are also capsules for convenience. You can even find it as a whole food product, either dried or fresh, which you can cook with. If you are going for supplements, look for products that specify a high concentration of the active compounds like polysaccharides, and always check for third-party testing to ensure purity and potency.
That is a crucial point, Cassandra, especially with the growing popularity of these kinds of supplements. Quality matters. And in terms of dosage, is there a general recommendation, or does it vary widely?
It does vary, but typically, most studies use doses ranging from 500 milligrams to 3,000 milligrams per day for cognitive benefits. It is always best to start with a lower dose and see how your body responds. And of course, if you have any underlying health conditions or are on medications, definitely chat with your doctor before adding any new supplement to your routine.
That is excellent advice. We always want to remind our listeners that natural does not always mean consequence-free. Though lion's mane is generally considered very safe with minimal side effects reported. But let us address the elephant in the room for a moment. Skepticism. With all these incredible benefits, some might be thinking, is this too good to be true?
It is a valid thought, Ralph, and it is important to approach any supplement with a healthy dose of critical thinking. While the traditional uses are vast, and the anecdotal evidence from people like us is compelling, the scientific community is still actively studying lion's mane. Many of the studies, especially human trials, are relatively small or preliminary. However, the consistent findings across multiple studies, even if small, are what makes it so exciting. It is not just one isolated finding, it is a pattern.
And that pattern is what gives it credibility, right? It is not just a miracle cure, but a natural tool and combined with a healthy lifestyle, with a good diet, exercise, and with adequate sleep, can really amplify your well-being. It is about optimizing, not magically transforming.
Think of it as another powerful arrow in your quiver for optimal health. Integrating it into your daily routine is pretty simple. Like I said, a scoop in your morning coffee can be a game changer, or maybe a capsule with your breakfast. It is not a huge commitment, but the cumulative effects can be quite profound over time.
I mean, for me, swapping out a less beneficial habit for adding something like lion's mane into my daily ritual has felt incredibly rewarding. It is empowering to know that there are natural ways to support our brain health, especially in a world that constantly demands so much from our cognitive reserves. What do you think the future holds for lion's mane research, Cassandra?
Oh, I think we are just scratching the surface, Ralph. I anticipate larger-scale human trials confirming the benefits we are already seeing, especially in areas like neurodegenerative diseases and mood disorders. As more people become aware of its potential, I think we will see even more innovation in how it is consumed and integrated into various wellness products. It is an exciting time for medicinal mushrooms in general. and lion's mane is definitely leading the charge.
It really is. So, if you are someone looking to boost your brain power, sharpen your focus, improve your memory, or even just support your overall mental well-being and gut health, lion's mane is absolutely something worth exploring. It is a natural, ancient remedy backed by modern interest and growing scientific evidence.
Absolutely, Ralph. It is a journey into better brain health, one mushroom at a time. The key takeaway here is that investing in your cognitive health is one of the best investments you can make, and lion's mane offers a compelling, natural pathway to support that. Just remember, it is important that you must do your own research, choose quality products, and listen to your body.
Fantastic advice, Cassandra. And thank you to all our listeners for tuning in to this fascinating discussion on lion's mane. We hope you feel a little more informed and perhaps a little more inspired to explore the potential benefits for yourself. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with anyone you think might benefit.
Yes, absolutely. We love hearing from you all. Until next time, stay curious, stay healthy, and keep those brains sharp.
Cheers, everyone.